goodness me, this is going to get the fucking papers against us even more. Newcastle United have only gone and signed the goddamn Pope. The fucking Pope. The Pope. The smoke has risen from the holy city. You saw it there. The Pope has arrived at the cathedral on the hill. But what more do you want? What more do you want? Goodness me, the transformation. We talked about evolution rather than revolution. But goodness me, we signed in the Pope. Albeit, yeah, it's Nick Pope. He's joining for £10 million from Burnley. And the England international is coming in to, slug it out basically, toe-to-toe with one Martin Dubravka for the #1 shirt. And this obviously follows hot on the heels of Woodman departing for pastures new. He's gone to Preston, hasn't he, recently? So it makes sense. And that on top of the fact that Carl Darlow... I was going to start singing his song then, but I better not. It's been a long day. But Carl Darlow is also close to finalising the move out of St James's Park. Rumoured to be Middlesbrough. They are showing the most interest, but it could equally be just anybody else in the Championship. But the talk is, the rumour is, I'm not in the know, I've always maintained that, but from chatter on social media and journalists talking and respected people out there are all sort of suggesting that Carl Darlow won't be at Newcastle United. He will not be in the goalkeeping ranks moving forward. So with Darlow almost certainly going to be going to pastures new, with Woodman already out, it made sense to bring in another keeper. Now you could have gone down the line of having an experienced backup, a young up and coming keeper or something like that, but no, Newcastle have gone out and got a primed, ready-made goalkeeper who can come in and do the job straight a fucking way in Nick Pope. And again, it comes back to that, you're either signing a player because he's undoubted special abilities and qualities, or that he's got fantastic experience in the Premier League. He can come in, he can hit the ground running, he knows what's to be expected of the league, of the competition, and he's able to cope with that. And obviously it's the latter, isn't it, with this one. He's coming in, he knows what's what. Fantastic shot stopper. Also would like to come out, a bit of a sweeper keeper type job. Is able to do that. I think the only one where it's probably really, really close is the footwork, that side of it, that distribution. Both Dubravka and Pope probably have to work on that the most, you would say. But still, two fantastic, ready-made, first choice, fantastic goalkeepers, and it's that adage of nobody has got an absolute certainty to walk in, and that's what you want in a competition. That's what you want in a squad. You want players being kept on the toes by other players to think, if I make a mistake, if I fuck up, if I cost, it was a goal, a game, a defeat, a sequence of defeat, whatever it may be, I'm going to have somebody else breathing down my neck, ready, willing and able to step in and take my position in the team. It's all about promoting that friendly competition and that competition for the starting spots, and that's keeping up the levels, the work ethic, keeping up the desire, the dedication. Nobody's sitting there thinking, I've got an easy ride, I've got no competition. The boss, the gaffer, he has to pick me because there is nobody else. That is what Eddie Howe wants. He wants to get into that stage where there is competition, and quality competition, for every single starting berth, week in, week out. So the years gone by when some people were just picking up a wage check for the sake of picking up a wage check. That is to be no more. If we are to go on to be successful, competitive, and to go balls deep into some of these competitions, then we are going to need that squad to be able to rotate round. It's just amazing after so long of the Mike Ashley Way and pound for pound and spreadsheet and looking for loans and cheapies and pushing everything to the last possible minute to see what bargain buyers we could scrape up. To do this and just to go out and identify somebody to work on the deal, get the deal done and bring them in, is so refreshing. And this morning we obviously all saw the pictures of the Pope arriving even at St James's Park to complete his medical, do the final bits and bobs, take the photographs, have the interviews with NUFC TV. before obviously being announced officially as a Newcastle player. So it's all done, it's all dusted. The fee was agreed yesterday, £10 million, and it's a snip, and it continues along the lines of Newcastle looking for quality, avoiding the Newcastle tax. Why should we have to pay more than somebody else? And it's looking for good value, good players. But when the right player comes along, we'll pay what is the going rate, the fair rate, and not being held to ransom. And maybe a certain player's agent who we've been in dialogue with for a number of weeks and months needs to take that on board and needs to get with the programme if his client is to get the deal that he looks like he wants. So yeah, Newcastle doing shrewd business all over the place. Looking at Trippier for £12 million. This deal today for Pope for £10 million. Even Bruno in the early 30s is an absolute steal when you see some of the other fees that other players are going for. Matt Target, £12 million. Aston Villa's player of the season, not last season, the season before, after the performances that he put in at St James's Park over the previous 4, 5, 6 months, whatever it was. The deals are fantastic, and I think they will only get better with having a shrewd operator like Dan Ashworth in charge of the negotiations. He knows the tricks of the trade, he knows how to get the deals, he knows how to get the value. But what's also important, it's not just about that, because we've looked before, about getting value and stuff. It's about having the financial clout and the financial muscle there, but not being afraid to spend it, not being also afraid to put things over numerous years, and use the full force of the financial fair play to its maximum to be able to get the best quality that we can, and to progress as quickly as possible, because that's what it's about. It's about assembling a squad, not like he said before, not through a revolution, but just through evolution, being clever. You've got to be able to play the game. So the FFP is in. You'll see Manchester Cities and the likes, they work it to the maximum degree to be able to get in as much as possible, and that is what Newcastle are doing. And having that knack and know-how and experience is only going to help going forward. So there is obviously other deals that they're working on at the moment. The Ekateke deal, or Ekateke deal, whatever you want to pronounce it, it's on, it's off, it's off, it's on. It depends who you listen to. It's dependent upon their slant or take on it. But I think it all boils down to a difficult negotiation, not through the club, the fees being agreed, not through the player, because the player supposedly agreed the core terms of his contract. It's down to extra little bits and fees and agent money and all that sort of thing, and it's somebody trying to take advantage of that Newcastle tax, and Newcastle are not going to put up with it for a fucking second. Not going to happen, no way at all. So there's already talk about options B and C. Mark Douglas has come out and spoken about a couple of different options that they will pursue should this deal not go ahead. So there will be players coming in. I'm still really relaxed about it. I still think that both Botman and Ekateke, or Ekateke, whatever you want to call them, will come in. But there has to be a little bit of reality from certain quarters. Got to be. The fucking greed in the game is unbelievable. It really is. But no doubt, it's an important transfer for the lad, but come on, fucking hell. But the main point of today's video is obviously the Nick Pope one signing. I honestly do not know how it's going to start. Will Dubravka want to stay with the level of competition as it is? I don't know. It's so hard, because whoever misses out, it's going to be like buying ants Nob. It really is, and they're both fantastic goalkeepers. Dubravka, I love. I think he's been fantastic since he came in, since Rafa brought him in. So I just don't know how he's going to do it. But whoever starts the season, if the other one's on the bench, he's got to know that he's got to be literally on point all the way through. Or that other, the other one is going to be snapping at the heels. He's going to be banging on the manager's door and making it very, very difficult. But yeah, quality competition all over the park. But a fantastic experienced player, another England international to add to Kieran Trippier as well. So it helps with your homegrown players and all that side of it as well. It's been so long, I can't remember. In fact, I'll ask Rob later on, when was the last time that we had two Newcastle players in an England squad? That will be an interesting one, because it will not have been for quite a number of years, you would have to imagine and stuff. And it's certainly against what we've done previously, where we've looked in the French leagues and the Dutch leagues, scouring again for bargain basements with some success, but it seems to be a slight change now, where we are willing to buy in those ready-made players. We're not having to take so much of a risk on a player coming in from, a French league or a Portuguese league, on them adjusting. Goodness me, you just have to pinch yourself. You really do have to pinch yourself sometimes, because it wasn't too long ago that we were in a totally and utterly different dimension. It is absolutely fantastic. It is a joy to be a Newcastle supporter at the moment. Yes, it's frustrating with some of the age and shenanigans going on, but I'd much rather have this than another Mike Ashley fucking window. Fuck me, that would have been absolutely bastard dreadful. Fucking dreadful it would be. So yeah, happy days. Another player, more players going to be coming in shortly. Players no doubt as well looking to be moving out as well over the next couple of days. The squad being shaped up so it is fit for purpose. It is, well, yeah, it is ready for the challenges ahead. There's no sentiment that can be put to one side. There is no carrying players, carrying people along, or just getting somebody in to fill a space up or keep a place on the bench warm, like what happened with Dwight Gill, for example, under Ashley. It's cheaper to keep somebody rather than get somebody else from outside and bring them in. So there's none of that. We've signed a fantastic goalkeeper. Would he have left if Burnley had stayed up, or would he have showed loyalty to Burnley? It's difficult to be able to tell. Obviously they've got to cut their cloth accordingly after relegation, which was the final blow was dealt by Newcastle, so it's probably a little bit stingy for the Burnley supporters. But from all the messages that I've seen from the Burnley support, there's been nothing but thanks, and it's a level of class from Burnley, saying nice things, wishing them well, wishing them all the best, and understanding why he's had to make the move, and the fact he couldn't pass on the opportunity. So looking forward to seeing him in action over the course of the next few years. A 4-year contract as well. It's not a loan, it's not an option, it's not anything. It's a 4-year deal, and some people are saying it's a 4-year with an option for a 5th year. 30-year-old, obviously plenty of time for a goalkeeper, just coming into the prime really now, aren't the goalkeepers? You look at some of the other keepers, the likes of Lloris at Spurs, he's 35 already. Dubravka's in or around that as well, so no problem with age, no problem with the length of contract. Smart business by Newcastle United, and that is, I think, the watchword. That is what is defining the work that they've done so far in the transfer market in Newcastle. Smart business. Your Trippiers of the world, your Brunos of the world. I mean, fuck me, even Chris Wood, who, yes, he was a lot of money, but he weakened the relegation rival and he strengthened us. So you're talking about smart business for me all over the place. Matt Target, a smart move at a smart price. And again, another one today. Nick Pope, £10 million. Not a problem. Love it. Long may this continue. If we can keep up with this quality and calibre of play, and literally just go through it and sort of weed out the ones we needed to be weeded out, your Kieran Clarks of the world, your Dwight Gales, and then if you shift out a couple of them and you can bring in 1 or 2 more quality players, get rid of 3 or 4, bring in 1 or 2 more quality ones, then you're going to have a stronger squad for next season. I cannot fucking wait for that Nottingham Forest match. I really can't. I can't wait to see inside the stadium, the changes, taking place behind the scenes look absolutely fantastic, and it's just the hallmark of owners who care and owners that listen to the fans. And that is what Ashley never fucking did during his entire 14 years, was take his head out of his own fucking ass and listen to the fans and harness the power, the energy and the passion of the fan base. Never did it, fucked it all up in the worst possible ways. Little things, attention to detail, showing that the ownership care. It just means the fucking world. It really does. So yes, it's what, 8:15 now at night, still hard at graft. I've still probably got another hour and a bit left. I've still got a smile on my face. Obviously I've got an holiday coming up, so that's part of it. But look, a happy Newcastle United fan. Looking forward, and I cannot honestly remember, and I was talking about this to somebody who I was delivering to recently. I can't remember the last time I was this excited about a new season. Can't remember it. Probably would have been back in the day when I was back in school, under the Keegan days or the Robson days, when I was excited and going into a new season. It was full of the unknown, what could we do. It's probably been that long since I've had this level of excitement, intrigue and anticipation about what's lying ahead of us. So it's fantastic. I'm sure that everybody else out there as well on Magpie 24/7 is exactly the same. Can't wait to get back in. I hope everybody managed to get a season ticket. I know thousands being released or getting released on Tuesday, but there was 30,000 in the fucking queue today just to get on the website. So that puts it into perspective. It really does. Give the fans a little bit of hope, a little bit of something to believe in, and they get behind you. There's no 10,000 free half-season tickets this campaign. That is for fucking sure. Goodness me. Happy days. So yeah, Nick Pope is a Newcastle United player. Fantastic. Who's next? Let me know down below. And in the meantime, take care, keep it tuned, and I'll speak to you later.